Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is definitely a wintry kind of day. It is minus 14 Celsius with the wind chill factor, which means it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill factor. The snow has not continued to melt. We've got ice patches on the driveway. There's still snow and ice on the trees. It's here. What can I say? Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. So, a couple of things to chat about today. I'm not doing any more of these little monsters online. I've done enough of them. I do have a plan for the finished little monsters, and I'm not going to share that just yet. But just suffice it to say that all the finished monsters, and I've got almost 100 of them. Oh, that's nice, Anne. That's definitely nice. Um, Last night, my girlfriend and I were up until 4 o'clock in the morning naming them, and we had a lot of laughs doing it. I appreciate her so much for playing along with me. But anyway, the monsters that are complete now have names. I'm going to make a book out of them, and the book it's going to be fun. It's going to be an adult book, but it's going to be fun. So today, I was trying to clean amongst making monsters, and I've decided what I'm doing with that Horking Huge journal. I'm going to be taking it apart and revamping it, so it'll be two journals. So while I was putzing around and trying to make space for these 901 projects that I've got, because I said I wasn't going to start anything new, and here I am making a monster book now. So I was looking for something to use for pockets, like bigger pockets for even yet another project. So I was going through my old recipe file box thing. These are 3x5 index cards. The other thing I was doing was I got Ron to fill my poor old glue, and because this stopper end is starting to, it's not working properly. So it has been leaking glue. I've had to peel it off my desk a couple of times. This is going to be the last time this one's being used. I'm glad I found the other ones online. Back to the story. Because it was leaking glue, I figured I would squeeze glue out and put some of my painty papers and stuff onto some index cards so I could have them to decorate. Because I need more projects. Don't we all? So as I was doing that, I realized that I have a stack of completed index cards in here. These are completed index cards. So I had started doing that project a couple of years ago, iCAD a day. I've decided after this past year that I'm not doing those kinds of things anymore because they're geared to get you to create every day, and I do that anyway. So I was getting bored of doing them because I want to do my thing. I don't want to fit into that slot, right? Great idea, great project. I might take it up again on my own, but right now I am not. So I've got all these index cards, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, whether they're going to be pockets, whether I can just tuck them into things. So I figured I would bring them on here and show you guys there. Some of them are actually really, really ugly. Hey, Sherry, welcome, welcome. And so I'd like to go through them with you, and we can decide what we want to try revamping while we're together. So you can see if you've got things that you're not fond of, different ways to revamp, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Before I do that, I want to mention that on Halloween, Jean Peter and One-Legged Witchy Woman, Laura, and I are going to be doing, I don't know, it could just be you. Just in case, though, because we've got so much ice and stuff on the lines, some towns around us have been losing power. So it could be me, but I've got fiber optic now. So I don't know, Anne. Sherry, you just got here, so you don't know. Um, but yeah, keep an eye out to see if it's buffering there too. Okay, so is it me that's causing the buffering, do you think? Hmm, I wonder. I don't really have anything else open, so I'm going to continue. And if it gets too annoying, I understand if you decide to say enough of that, it's annoying. Okay, so on Halloween, I am going to be doing my regular live, but Laura and Jean and I have decided that we're going to do a trifecta, and it's going to be Twisted Sisters Halloween special. So we're each going to be making monsters, and I'm going to do finger puppet monsters, crocheted finger puppet monsters. Laura's going to do a mixed media, and Jean is going to be showing you a kit that she has designed with monsters in it. We're each going to have a different thing to um, be showing you on a live on Halloween. We haven't got the time set up yet, but I am going to be using my live on Tuesday as part of that. Um, so I put their links in the description box below for just their channels because I don't have their setup for their live that they're going to be doing. Oh, hi, Jean. Welcome. Yes, there's Jean's live. I will be adding that to my description box. What time are you going to be going on, Jean? I'm doing my regular 12:45. Going live at 12:45. I decided that that would be easier than doing two lives on Tuesday, especially since I want to watch you guys as well. 3 p.m. Mountain? Okay. So that's 5 p.m. Central, correct? Something like that. 4 p.m. Central. All right. All right. Good to know. So then there's Jeans. I believe Laura is going on at about 7 Central, but I'll have it all in the middle, in the description later. And when I post what I'm doing, I will have it in the description box there. Does that make sense? Am I making sense today or I'm just rambling? You refreshed, it's better? Oh, good. Good, good. So, welcome, Jean. I am going through, you're going to laugh at some of these. These are index cards. When I first started doing papercraft, because I never did papercraft, I didn't scrapbook, I didn't do any of that until I first saw Shelley Lynn in Crafting Mamas making junk journals. All right, Jean, that works. We can do the math. Um, so I followed a lot of different people, and a lot of this is just not my style. I'm not happy with them. So if I'm ever going to use them in anything, they have to be my style, right? So I figured I would flip through with you guys. You could help me decide what I'm going to revamp, what you consider my style, and then we're going to revamp them. So this one is it's hard to be an empath when the world is filled with pain. That one I will keep because that is so me. This is a Goonie Bird. It says, I'm in the pink. I guess I could use that actually. No, we don't have pink in our journals, but I could use that as a journal card, right? I could. This is from 2020. So it's like 3 years ago. So Um, that one, I can just put a different backing on it because it's mucky and use it. This is just, well, it's like a background. So I'm going to put that aside. Um, I fill the air with song. It's another Goonie Bird. I'm going to use that as a card or something. And this one was ride the inside track. You'll come out different. And there's a picture of a train. I kind of like that. I, not that I use um, cut out images or anything. You just got a black screen. Uh-oh. Is it me? Is it me that's not doing good here? You see me fine? Okay. Sherry? Hey, Don, welcome. Okay, you see me? All right. And it must just be you. So this one too, I'm just going to keep and I'm going to use it as a card. My heart is like a garden filled with color, creativity, and it's love, peace, family, that kind of thing. Um, that one I would keep. This one I'm not sure about. It's like mom, 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 mummy, 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 and the middle says being tired doesn't mean you don't love them. And then it's go tell your father he wants you. Have you guys ever done that with your kids? Go tell your father he wants you. Kind of like that too. And then this one is I use color the way nature intended, all together in harmony. See these ones seem to be my style. Yeah, so many times. Yep. And this one is just doodle. Maybe I should make like a book out of the ones that I like. That's definitely my style. All these little things of paper, they're cut out and layered over each other. So it gives it a really interesting texture. They're wobble cut and inked on one edge. This too would be a great background. I'm going to put the backgrounds to the side. There's that one. There's another one that I figured I could use as a background. That one. Still frozen. Oh no. Oh, sorry, Anne. And this one, what does it say? Today will never come again. Don't wait any longer. Today will never come again. Um, I might just totally redo that. My colors, and my Aboriginal name is Brightwater Woman, and those are my colors: blue, orange, and yellow. This one is I love color. This one I could actually use as a tag in something. This one I definitely will keep. Okay. Okay, Sherry. That's a hard haul, being a single parent. I really admire anybody who has survived single parenthood. I really, really do. X's and O's. You win some days, you lose some days. Some days, everything is just a big foobar. That could be like in a rude book. Celebrate Juneteenth. I rescue books. Um, I don't know if I was following prompts or not, but this is like the words from a Three Dog Night song, the lyrics for black and white. The ink is black, the ink is white. Together we learn to read and write. The child is black, the child is white. The whole world looks upon the sight, the beautiful sight. And my motto has always been peace, love, and understanding. So I think that was when there was something going on big time. Um, well, like I said, that's got celebrate Juneteenth. So I must have been on some sort of a soapbox. You know, I do my soapbox things. I know these ones actually are my style. This one is not my style. Like these ones are more me. Like this one, she dreamed she could move mountains, so she did. That's using like pictures. And I think I don't like that one. This one I like. Well, these are just backgrounds, they're not even iCads. This one I don't like. This one's okay. This one I like. It's a collage. This one's okay. But it's the ones I don't know. I don't know. This one, I took tissue paper and I crumpled it up for texture. It goes this way. So that's where I was first really starting to play with collage, like these ones. That's my style, but not my style. You know what I mean? Because I used painty papers for the flowers and the stems. But I don't think I've gotten away from layering flowers like that. This is just a big mess. It's supposed to be flowers against, I guess, a fence. And I took green thread embroidery floss and I glued it so it was stiff and I made it into grass. And then I put sparkle, glittery stuff on it. Not a fan. That was the very first collage doll I did. It is a good way for finding my style. I like that. That's the very first collage doll I did. But again, these little bits of really thick paper with knot and fuzzy stuff on them, I do it, but it's not. I don't know. This is definitely my style. That was another beginning collage thing. I like that one. Not a big fan of this. That's a collage. This is a collage. Not a fan. It's like a background. It needs something. It needs focal point. This one too. I did a little bit of stitching on it, almost to mimic this paint thing, but that's a background. This, what the heck is this, guys? I stitched all over it. No focal point, just a bunch of random threads going every which way, but I don't know. Background, not happy. This one is interesting. I did like weaving and stitching and got hearts behind it, but I don't think it's got a real focal point. Not happy with that one either. This one too is just a background. It's got stitching. This is starting to get to my style. Not happy with the leaves. I think that needs to be redone. And these. You don't use focal points? No. Again, I was cutting up people. Like, use people in your stuff. Somebody was on a real kick about that. You have to use a person, make it more relatable to, right? That was right. So I cut out this cutie smiley lady and I greet today with a smile and a nod, and then I found a whole bunch of different words for greet and I wrote them on there. That's not my style. Have you ever seen me do anything like that? I choose to be positive. Again, it, is that me? Go away. This one I kind of do like because it's a little kid playing hopscotch and it says, I trust myself. I think I like the saying, but the rest of it, no. I will find the good. I can't even remember who the heck I was following at the time I was doing this. But use magazine images, use people, make it so people can relate. No, I can't do it. I am blessed with talents that I love. Gone. I am allowed to play. Again, people. And words. See, that's the other thing. I'm not a big fan of words in my work. No, don't like it. I think this is probably why I gave up on that iCat a day thing. I give myself time. There's a lady in a hammock. No. Kid playing baseball. I can do this. No. This one I could relate to. I am unstoppable, and there's a lady on a motorcycle. That one I kind of like, but I don't know. I face today with an open mind. Maybe it was, hi, Shaz, welcome, welcome. I'm just saying how much I don't like these index cards that I made because A, it's got words, B, it's got real people on. I don't know. Then there's a picture of like the queen on a dollar bill kind of thing. And it says, I know my worth. Not me. Not me. Not me. I am on the right track. No. I am unique. No. I embrace new challenges. I loved that picture. Little girl, look at the face. Look at his face. Like, that's a great picture, but I embrace new challenges. No. I will have a good day because it is a good day to have a good day. No. These I'm not. These ones are me, even though this one, a couple of them have words on them. This one is not me. No. These things, like I say, these are backgrounds as far as I'm concerned. They need something more. Something more. And these, I don't know. Do I just throw them out because they're just paper? Do I try and revamp them? What do you think? Do I paint over them and start totally again? I don't know what to do with these. They could be throw away. Throw away. There we go. Throw away. They're gone. They're gone. Okay. So then we're just left with these weird abstracty. I don't even know that I got joy when I made them, Jean. I really don't. I've got these backgrounds. That one's kind of cool. But, okay. So we have 7 of these to figure out what we want to do with. This one, I'm really tempted just to doodle in all the, because this is collaged, right? That's that blue paper, copy paper that I've been using since I made the snowman journals. So I'm thinking if I just doodle in them, that might work just the way it is. Or I could just put a clean back on it and stick it in the blue journal, the blue signature. No, I don't know. Feedback? Should I doodle around them? Like in the spaces? Doodle the white? Okay. Doodle the backgrounds. Definitely. It's not really white. It's kind of a blue, swirly, smudgy something. Okay. Doodle the white. I'm going to write that on the back. And I'm not going to doodle while we're online. Because I'm just not. This one needs something on it. It's blue with purple polka dots. So I'm assuming that this is all acrylics. See, I don't even remember what it is. But I'm assuming that these are acrylics. So if I outline the polka dots or leave the polka dots and let's put something on top of it. Let's definitely do something on top of it. Thoughts? How about if I stencil? Let's stencil something on it. Let's stencil something pretty. Something pretty. I'm just looking for like a flower stencil or how about this is a really funky alphabet. If I see this funky alphabet, if I did like nope, don't like it. Okay, what have I got in my homemade stencils? Or what have I got? I don't know. How about an all over pattern of let's start with this. We're going to start with this because really that's kind of ugly. And I'm going to do that in white. White or blue metallic, guys? White or where's my blue metallic? I have this metallic blue. It's called Peacock Pearl. White or metallic? Anyone? I'm not a big fan of white. So what about if I do white and I can outline them and swirl them and whatever with the metallic blue, or I could go over them lightly with the metallic blue, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it so that it's like this. We got half hearts everywhere. And I'm going to take my stencil brush. And I don't want it too heavy. I just want to tone it down just a little bit, which, Kim doesn't normally tone things down. And I'm hoping that this paint isn't bleeding underneath. If it bleeds underneath, you know what? It's going to go in the file beside me the way where these other ones went. So I hope everybody's having a good day. We definitely have winter here now. Feeling sad for the kids out trick-or-treating this coming week. It's supposed to be -7. During the day is the high. So they're definitely going to have scarves and mittens on. So I don't think we're going to get the normal 100 kids that we get, or 80 kids. Sherry has been working on a pair of fingerless gloves. They look lovely, nice and soft. It's a crochet pattern. Oh, nice. Nice, Jean. You have a wonderful day too. We'll talk soon, hun. We will talk soon. All right. I'm just going back over a little bit of this stuff. Let's see. Oh, that went pretty nice. Definitely busy. Definitely busy. But that's okay. It's kind of what I want. So now what do we want to put on top of this? Now that I've done it, I think that I should have gone this way. But it could still go in the pocket in a journal this way. Even though the orientation is kind of odd. What do you think we should do on here now? How about if I use like a really dark paint or a big swirly kind of stamp and do the corner edges? I do have that kind of a stamp. I've got them over here. Yeah, normally I'm better prepared. No, I'm lying to you guys again. I'm lying to you guys again. Okay, I've got my clear stamps. Looking for a corner swirl thing. There's one. I'm going to use this one. This is the one I like to use. It's a nice big swirl. That goes with that. That goes with that. It's bricks. I'm going to use this one and I'm going to put paint on it. All right. So as I was saying, my monsters are now all named. I'm really happy with them. The nice thing about doing paper crafts is you can just keep going till you're happy with it, or you can just throw it out, right? Oh, that hit the floor. So I'm just going to take some acrylic paint and I'm just going to brush it on. And my finger, evidently, because I can't do anything and stay clean. You know how that works in my world. This might be a little big for what I want. We'll find out. We will see. I just want it on the corners. So I'll do this half on this corner. And that on that corner. So it doesn't show very great. It's just there as a hint. Might as well see if I can get something in the middle then too. Okay, so I'm turning this into a masterboard, guys. Like, if you know what I mean, it's just want to take a bit of paper towel and wipe this stamp. So if this is like a masterboard, what's the next step in a masterboard? You start putting paper and like tissue paper and stuff on it, right? Just wanted to clean some of that paint off. Okay. What do you think we should do? I still see something like this. I could paint. What about if we do a floral collage thing? Sort of up at this corner and at this corner. And then that center could be, I could take like a piece of plain paper and put it in the middle so somebody else could write on it. Or leave it the way it is and somebody else can write on it. Thoughts? Anyone? Glue is still leaking. Okay. I think I would like to do there and there. Just a little bit of swirly green. You know what? I'm going to paint it because I have no, that side of me here is so full of stuff that I don't think that I'll be able to get to my um, painty papers. So I've got green. Let's add a little bit of yellow on one side. And I've got white there. And a little bit of black. So I'm going to take a brush. It is a number 2 plaid liner brush. It's a nice round, semi-thick, medium thickness brush. Just dip it in the water because I want to shape it so that it's more like this than the big round. Go dip it in there. Just a little hint of black. And we're going to do a stem kind of thing. Using 2 colors on the brush, it's not doing exactly the way a flat brush would. So I'm just going over it a couple of times. The reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to have a little bit of highlight and depth. I don't know how well you can see that. So now I'm going to take some straight yellow with a little bit of white. And I'm just going to go over it really lightly. Down the middle. This background is so darn busy. Not sure I'm going to end up liking this at all, but we'll figure it out. I could just be wasting my time. I could be wasting your time. But I appreciate you guys being here. You know, I like having you here and we can chat and throw ideas around. It's all about the throwing of ideas, I find. I'm not doing this swirl quite as big or as elaborate. Don't know how well you can see that. So again, I'm just going to go over the top of this with the yellow. Maybe just a hint of white. Maybe I'll use a thinner brush for that. Don't know how well you can see the green. Can you guys see the green? What if I turn this light off? Oh, it's dark, but you can see the green better this way. Turn that back on. Oh, sorry guys, blinding. I'll put this in front of the camera first. Come, light. There. Focus. Thank you. Okay, so I've got the swirly lines. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. Oh, I didn't clean that brush. Let me just clean this brush. This is not the flat brush I'm going to use. I'm going to take this is a 1/2 inch flat. I believe it's 1/2 inch. No, it's a 1/4 inch flat. 1/4 inch flat brush. And I'm going to dip it and in the green and the white, green and yellow, a little bit of white. And I'm just going to do some quickie leaves coming out here. And in this corner, the same thing, just some quickie leaves. So those were the leaves that I've shown you guys how to do in the past, where you've got the two colors on your brush and you press down and go a little bit of a twist up to a point. Like that. Okay. So I just did 3 leaves in each corner. I think I will do one at each end of the vine that I did. This is a very busy background. All right. All right. Oh, thanks, Sherry. So I've got like a vine thing with some leaves. I'm going to take my even thinner liner brush, wet it and shape it. And I'm going to just take the white and yellow again, and I'm going to go over the vine thing again, right down the middle of it, where it's close to the middle as I can get, just so that it looks like it's got that little bit of depth. Oh, Kim, going the wrong way. So it's got the dark green, and then I did it green and yellow, and then I did it again with the yellow and white, and then again the very, very top with a fine, fine brush, yellow and white. I just went over the viney lines so that it gives it the depth. Okay, so now we're going to take this very fine liner brush again, and we're going to take the black and we're going to outline the leaves. I'm not doing the entire vein system on these leaves. I am just doing one single line up the middle. Okay. I feel that there is a hair on here. It keeps... I see it. I see it. Let's see if I can get it without smearing paint. I guess I'm going to have to leave it until I'm done. Okay, so the leaves are outlined. They've got a black line down the middle on that side. Now we'll do this side. One at the end of the vine. Now we're going to have to decide what kind of flowers we want, because we're going to be putting some flowers on here. Okay, see the leaves? Now I'm going to outline the vine with a finer liner brush. This one. It's nice and little. Again, I'm going to get it wet just so I can shape it. I'm going to dip it in the paint, and I am going to try very carefully to outline this vine. So I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, so I've got that one outlined. Now that background is starting to sink. Now that I'm starting to really embellish this top layer, the background's really starting to sink. Well, I feel it is. This one. So, do you think I should paint flowers on here? Should I collage flowers on here? What do you guys think? You're coloring? All right. What are you coloring? Just coloring pages? Or have you designed something that you're coloring? Something great pinkish could be very pretty. Okay, so that's all outlined now. Okay, let's see what we would think about a bright pink. And something like lazy daisy kind of things, maybe? Oh, alcohol markers. Nice. Nice, nice. The only thing I've been coloring lately is the monsters, giving them some shadow and depth and um, making them come to life. They've all got names now, except for the ones I haven't finished. But these guys are what I've been coloring. That's what I'm That's what I have been coloring and playing with the last feels like month. I'm almost have 100. I have a plan for them when I, um, you know, what when they're all done. I have a plan for what kind of book they're going to go into. So let's see. That's a lovely bright pink. I think it would show up really nicely on there. What about if we do flowers like almost like a daisy, but I think I need a bit bigger round brush. Something like this. Yeah, I need a bigger brush. Bigger round brush. Do I have one here? No. I have to pull the big bin over. Oi. Big bin of brushes. Maybe this one. Yeah, I think I like that. Oi. Like this. I'm just going to give it a little spritz with some water. because it's pretty thick. Grab a toothpick, mix that in. Very, very thick. But I don't want to water it too much because I don't want to lose the color intensity. What about if I use this and a red? The red doesn't really show against it. I know this from playing with the monsters, but it will still give the depth of color. With yellow in the center, yes. Yes, yes. Okay. See, there's really not much difference between this is Liquitex medium magenta and this is Christmas red decor. So when I hold it up, you can see the difference, but once it's painted, it doesn't really show the difference. Oh, you don't need that thread. Now, don't know how big I want to do it. Let's start here. I will have to go over it again 2 or 3 times, but I think I like that size. Can't really see it. And of course, got to do the odd number. I'm going to do this corner. And I think this one needs 5 flowers in it. It's coming together. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit before I put the second coat on, just so it doesn't muck it up too much. So of course this card would go this way because those hearts are dry, dry, dry. This light that's overhead here, it is a 3 LED strip. I got it at Costco. It's got a motion sensor under it, and it's like 3 strips, and I've got it clamped over. It's for under cupboards, is what it is. So it would fit like underneath kitchen cabinets. So it's flat. It's probably, oh yeah, it's attached to a board. I'd say it's maybe quarter an inch to half-inch thick. And it is, I had to take measure. Let's measure it. It is 16 inches, 16 and a half inches. Oh, it's 3 strips. Pardon me. I got 3 strips, so there's, and each strip is 16 by about 3. So it's like just a long bar, and Ron put 3 of them on a piece of plywood so that I could put it in a stand and clamp it right overhead here. But it's like an LED fluorescent. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. I just knocked a whole bunch of stuff over back there. So the flowers should be dry by now that I can put the second coat on. You're welcome. I can't remember who made it, but like I say, I got it at Costco, and there's, like I say, they're supposed to go under kitchen cabinets. Okay, so let's do this again. Pink and red. Trying to get both colors on the brush, and I'm just going over the petals. They look pretty darn flat. I think what I'm going to end up doing is we're going to be embellishing these with a fine liner brush and white maybe. Yeah, they definitely look flat, even though I'm using 2 colors on the brush. Because they're so small, it's blending together more. But that's okay. We know how to fix it. Okay, so it's got its second coat. Let's put the yellow centers in, and then we'll know how we want to embellish the petals so that they stand out that little bit more. The yellow probably will have to be done a couple of times as well because it has a tendency to go translucent. It's not overly opaque. Okay, so now I'm going to take this really, really fine, pointy liner brush, and I'm just going to go do one line down the center of each petal. And I'm starting at the center and working to the tip so that it's a little bit thicker towards the middle of the flower. These ones didn't take very well, so I'll just go over them a bit. Oh, way heavy. That's okay. It's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the red, I'm going to outline the yellow centers with the red. Again, outlines give a bit of depth. And the reason I'm using the red is because I use the red on the petals, so it should blend and just look that the center of the flower has a bit more depth. So some of these centers, you can see that they need a little bit more of the yellow. Oh, this brush, for some reason, gets drips. I don't know if you can see it. It's underneath. But it gets drips of water, and then it runs into the brush and adds water and makes a big smeary mess. This brush and I were having quite a bit of arguments over those monsters yesterday because of that. So I'm just being very careful to stay inside the little red ring. See, that one's got that wet blob, water blob. So now I'm going to use the black, and I'm going to try and do as thin a line as possible around the petals with black. Yeah, it would probably be easier if I just used a gel pen or something. But now I'm going back to my beginning crafting roots with the paint. So I went around the red. You can see this flower here. I went around the red, around the petals. I'm going to do that to each and every one. So the petals are almost like a teardrop shape. So they're like this. I know you can't see that very well. So it's more, I don't want the tips of the petals to be pointy, is I guess what I'm saying. That's why I'm doing it this way. One more on this corner to do. The other corner. This one has the 5 flowers on it, so it will be a little bit longer. Now, of course, you don't have to outline all the time, but again, that's showing my folk art painting roots. Whoa, big, thick black, Kim. Goodness. Okay. And around the red. And it's okay if you kind of go over the red too. I'm trying hard not to, but sometimes it just works out that you go over it. That's fine. It's handmade, right? So it's not going to be mass produced. Well, unless you get a bunch of prints and things made. But I have a tendency. Yeah, I do mass make some things, but some things I don't. Okay, so those are all outlined. Again, you can see the background is fading with this. This one flower here, the yellow has virtually disappeared. So I'm going to come back and do that for a third time. I'm going to make sure that the handle of that brush is very dry because I don't need it to blob in. And again, just trying to stay inside the red. This one as well. These are all kind of fading in. All right. So now I think what I want to do is like some little like berry flower kind of things, small dottish, round, so that they're kind of like I'll be much more careful to make sure they're that kind of a flower with a black center, like 4 dots, black center. It will be very hard to outline though, so I don't know. Let's see how steady I am for outlining that today. Oh, look what I did. I dipped my hand in the paint. Sorry, guys. Mucky hands again. You know how it is in my world. I could outline it. I would have to be very, very delicate. What do you think? Should I add little red flowers like that? Do you think they'll get lost? Should I add just maybe some white dots so it kind of signifies baby's breath? Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Let's take this paintbrush, dip it in the white. Kind of like the white dots. Something like that. Is that too busy? Definitely makes that background back off. Back off, background. These, I think I will come back and outline with a gel pen. I think what I'd like to look at these mucky hands. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. I am going to come back with a little bit of white. I'm just going to highlight the very tips of this, tops of this yellow with a little white crescent. The highlight. You can barely see it, and that's the point. It's like when you put the twinkle in an eye, right? Like you can't even really see that I did it. So what do you think? Do you consider this one now done, except for outlining the white dots with gel pen? Definitely made that background back off. It's, you can't even see that it was really, you can't see that it's blue and purple polka dots. We'll put this aside, let it dry, and come back to it if we need to. Yeah, I think so too. I think it does look done. And then, of course, if I'm using it in a journal, I will be covering this back because it's got paint and stuff on it. So if I'm using it as a thing in a journal, there's still enough space that they'll be able to write on the back. But if they want to glue on some of their favorite words, I'm not going to add words to it. They'll be able to do that. But like I say, I will take a gel pen and I'll go around the little white dots. Okay, so now I've got this. It's got stitching all over the place. It needs something. Ideas? What about a... Oh, I can't get to my die-cut butterflies and things. What about a big kind of like a Kim bit with something in the middle there? What do you think we should use? Like, I don't know. Let's grab the Kim bits and flip through and look and see. And I'm just moving stuff over here so I can put the bin there. I could, no, not. It's in oranges. What about if, I'm thinking here, guys, I'm thinking here, if I took, not necessarily this one, but a frame, I put a frame somewhere, and then, you know what I mean? Too big. Let's just pull this out. Pull this out. So you pull one frame out and you get them all kind of thing. Let's just... This just leads me to believe that I should just do frames when I need them. Come on. Okay. How about if I do something like this? Or do we need like a different color? Whoop. Something like this. And I want it off center. Go. This is too big. That's too big. This you can't see. So far I like that one and this one. Oh, what about something like that? Just the two frames. I know that some of these frames are all bent up, but the thing is, once you glue them down, they're okay. Too big. Or if I use like this one, like this, down in the corner, outline it really strongly in black and doodle on it, I think that will totally change the entire perspective of this then I could put something up in this corner. Anyone? I think that's what I'm going to do to this. Or should it be about that size but in a totally different color? Do you think I need to do it? The thread is white. The background is oranges and blacks. I don't have any of my little pumpkins around. Throwing frames on the floor. Ouch. Oh, no, don't put it to the side because you're going to lose it. So if I take a black marker, let's edge this in black. And I want it quite a dark black. You know what? Instead of doing that, what if I used my black paint and do this? Like you would when you edge something. I'm going to do this on both the outside and the inside of the frame. Let it dry. Needs a bit more water. I do water down my paints when I do this because when it dries, a lot of times it kind of washes out, so it's not quite as boldly black. But it definitely gives it a different look to the frame. Oops. Oops. Uh-oh. Shaz, do you celebrate Halloween there? Or like Guy Fawkes Day or something like that? So we're going to let that dry for a minute. And it's going to go over here, glued it down. And then I think I want a little something up in that corner. But I want something. Oh. What about if I use one of these little clusters that we made that time? I've got an orange one. No. Want something that kind of goes with those colors. I think these are too big. Those are too big. Oh, what about a bow? What about do I have? Got this orange bow. It's little, but I also have a bigger yellowy bow. I think the orange would get washed out. Yellow could be nice. Okay, treats for the kids and dress up. Yeah, that's what we have here. maybe that might get washed out too. I like the yellow one so far the best. But I've got this lovely pink one. Okay, so we've got to wait for that to dry. And then we'll put a bow. I think we'll use a bow. Very few people celebrate. Yeah, it's getting less and less here now too. Um, I don't think it's going to be very busy here this year because of our weather. It's supposed to be -7 during the day, -7 Celsius during the day. So that means it'll be cooler at night. And because our yards are so far apart and they come up the driveways because they don't go through the ditch, um, just in case there's still remaining water that hasn't, you don't want your kids getting all wet and cold. It's bad enough if they're just cold out and collecting. Sherry, do you get many kids at your place? So, just a reminder on Halloween, Jean, Laura, and I will be doing a Twisted Sister Halloween special. We will be making monsters. We'll each do a live. Mine will be at my regular time at 12:45. I'm not sure of the time of. I think Jean said hers would be on at about 3 Mountain. Is that what you said? Anyway, the information will be in this description box below. I will adjust it once I've got their times and stuff set up. Right now, I just have links to their channels. But the three of us are going to be doing monster theme. And I know I've been doing monsters for the past week, but I will be doing crochet finger puppets on Tuesday. So I will show you how I do the basic body for the finger puppets, and then I will show you how I decorate them. Oh, 4 years old. That's nice. That's awesome. Halloween baby. My eldest Halloween baby was born on October 27th. So she used to like having ghoulish parties. That's where all my Christmas decorations, all my Halloween decorations went. That she would borrow them for her parties, and I'd never see them again. But that's okay. Yeah. Sherry, it has got so stinking expensive. It's crazy. So crazy. So darn crazy. Okay, so this is the frame I thought I would put on here. I don't know. It's still kind of washed out, but that's it. It's okay. And this yellow bow, I figured if I put it up here, it kind of matches the dots that I put and sewed through. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. Or this bow. But I think it would get lost on the frame. Oh, maybe not. Which bow do you guys like? The yellow one or the pink one? I think I like the yellow one. Gives it that little bit of a punch to it. And because I think I would like to change the orientation, we'd go like this. Pink. Okay. That's what I'll do. So this still needs to dry just a little bit because that black paint is still really wet. I will outline this bow, but I will use a marker for this one. So I'm just using a black Sharpie and I'm just edging it. Just edging it. So I'm just running this marker around the edge. So you can see where I've done it and where I haven't done it. Just so you can see the difference. I know you guys have all those nice inks and stuff that you could use for this. I do not. I use my paint as a rule or markers. So I'm using the frame so that it kind of highlights the really heavy places that the thread go through. Go. This one can go back in the bin. Right. Oh, very true, Sherry. Very, very true. I can understand that. So I'm going to place this so that I can get. I think that one will have to be covered. It's going to go like this. The frame's going to go there in this corner. You decorate. Look, this glue is still leaking. This bottle has to get tossed out because the back plug, last time Ron filled it, it's just been leaking like crazy. I don't know what its problem is, but I'm glad I found the other ones on Amazon. But I can clean that every time I put it away and it still leaks. Me and the monsters fought with that yesterday too. So I'm going to cover that one. That one. This one's going to be showing. It's going to go like this. Yeah, I've been working on that rainbow journal. We have decided, well, Belinda and Jean and Anne and I talked over how I could fix this thing because it's just way too big. It's going to have over 100 pages in it. And if I actually gave it to somebody or somebody bought it, how are they supposed to write in it? Stupid. Jean says she told me not to do it, but I don't think she said, no, don't. We were laughing about that on Friday, that I just didn't listen. But I think it was more a case of I didn't realize or didn't even consider how big and bulky that was. So that's going to be with that bow. And what I might do is a thin line of white on that frame just to give it a little bit more something. So now I'm happier with the stitching on it because it was just randomly long stitched hole to hole. Oh, I gotta use this again. Uck. Is okay. So as I say, I have decided what all my little monsters are going to be. I'm going to make them into a book. It's not going to be a kid's book. Well, no, it's not going to be for kids. So I like the way that turned out now. Much better than it was. I'm going to take super skinny little brush and I am going to do a white line kind of down the middle of this frame. Again, just to add that little bit of interest. Yeah, your Halloween journal's really sweet. I really like it, Sherry. It's coming along lovely. Much better. So then, of course, I will go around everything with a black gel pen. I'm going to do that now because I believe those white dots on the other one are ready. Look, I've saved 2 index cards from the trash. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So the ribbon has been outlined. Now let's do the frame. I do both the inside and the outside. I just run the pen along the edge, right? Being careful that I'm not damaging threads. I am going over them. So the inside is done. Now I'm going to do the outside. Just running the gel pen, and it is a Bic Gelosity. So you have to remember these ones are not waterproof. So if you're going to put something on top, like Mod Podge or anything like that, it will run. It's not a permanent. And of course, I could have used like a bit thicker kind of marker to do this, but I'm happy with it the way it is. So there, that one I believe has been saved. I will consider this one done. It just needs a backing. I will do that after. This one, I just have to circle these white dots. So this leads me to think that that purple underneath, maybe I had purple on my brush when I made these dots. I don't know. I don't know why some of these dots have a purpley tint to them. Unless that purple was a watercolor, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I like the dots outlined. Now these ones, and then I will consider this one done. Oh yeah, it has to be that purple is a watercolor. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so all the dots are outlined. I will consider this one done. All right, now I have this crazy thing. It's kind of interesting. It's not even on an index card. It's just a 3x5 piece of paper. I think it needs like a big flower just about here. So I'm going to see what I've got in the way of big flowers. Oh, this is something else I need to do. It's more paisleys. Oh, way big. Way too big. Way too big. Okay, I have to make some smaller paisleys. Oh, I wonder if I've got. I still haven't found those tall, skinny cats. What about that? Trim it down a little bit and put it on there? No, I think I want something with a little bit more color. Ooh, I have. Nope. Nope. How about these guys? Nope. Oh, maybe. It'd be nice if I had more than one. This one, it's too big. Could cut the stem down because there's really no decoration on the stem. What if I got one more smaller one in that tone? Of course you don't. Got this dark one, too big. Too big. Totally blocks up that stitching. Okay, that didn't work, guys. Mushrooms are a no-go. Oh, I kind of like that on there. Even just adding the fish. What do you think? I think I like that, just like that. It just adds something to it. And then, what if did something like that? Kind of like that. I think that's the way it's going to go. Gonna glue. Oh, that glue. Really, glue, really. I'm going to put glue on here. Get a toothpick. Get a toothpick. Now I'll be dipping my arm into this glue on this paper for the rest of the day. All right. Good luck. You'll manage it. You will manage it. Are they fine tipped markers, Shaz? Sherry lives in Manitoba, Canada, not very far from me, Shaz. So for the past year plus, I have been saying I'm going to get into the city and visit her and Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society, but I haven't done it yet. First, my car wasn't good. Now we've got a new car, and I'm still learning how to drive it because it's brand spanking new, so everything is computerized and it yells at you for everything. I don't feel comfortable driving it into the city yet. And now we've got snow. I don't know if Barbara's okay. I know that she was going down to the States to do some shopping, but I haven't seen her for a couple of weeks either. Sherry, do you know how Barb's doing? So I like that much better. And again, this one has to go this way because that's the way the bow goes. That's 3 fixed. What am I going to do with this, guys? What am I going to do with this? Okay. I knew that she had been traveling and then she was going down to the US. What about too big. I think that's too big. Yeah, I was thinking if I had some flowers. Let's pull out the flowers. Let's pull out the flowers. Make sure I don't have glue. Okay. Too much. Hmm. Hmm. That's a thought. Oh, is that too different? Smaller flowers? Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking too. No. What about this? Let's cut out this one and see what it looks like. I did stitch that card. So what I did was I did all the long stitches across. And then I went up and down and I wove really, really loosely. And that's just embroidery thread, embroidery floss. And then I glued the hearts down to hold some of the threads down. Yeah. It's interesting. I thought that I liked it just the way it was, but I'm re-looking at some of the stuff that I've done in the past, and I'm making it more to the style that I have now. So let's see what this peachy colored flower does. Just a really bright punch to it. Yeah, I really liked the effect too. But it just needs something. Let's edge this in black and see if I like it better. Yeah, I think what I should have done was um, like I did the stitching and then added the hearts. But yeah, you know what I mean. Super loose weave. I like doing that. I've done it on various other cards and tags and things as well. But I don't think the hearts are a big enough focal because they really, really blend in. Still don't know if I like it. Not sure. Not sure if I like that. Definitely not the purple. Got blue ones. I paint these little roses on everything, right? All kinds of scrap paper. I spend a day making little. I don't mind the blue. It'd be nice if I had 3 of them. Two. I've got 3 of them. 3. Too much? Does it swear at it too much? What are you? Ooh, I got a gold one. Gold and white. Got more of those. I do. Purple. So those. Guys, I have so much stuff. I tell you. Okay, I've got 3 of the golds as well. So, blue, which really punches it, or the gold and white. Kind of like the gold and white better, I think. What do you think? Something like that? Sherry, Shaz, Peeps in the balcony, throw your 2 cents in, please. Color in the center of these flowers? I could always outline the petals with a black. Or I could do these flowers, kind of like the blue on there. What color do you think I should put in the center of those, though? Yeah, I liked the blue as well. What about something like that? No, that one up by itself looks wrong. Yeah, I like the blue flowers too. Okay, blue flowers it is. That's what I was first drawn to. Add blue to the tips of these. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I want to add blue to the tips of these. I mean, what about if I... I don't know. But you know what? It's paper. We can try it. We can try it. We can try it. Let's take this brush. Definitely. I don't know that the blue shows up enough. Ugh. I don't think the blue shows up good enough on here. So what if I do one with black marker? Let's see what that looks like. The black doesn't really show up either, but I like it better than the blue. Still think I like the blue flowers best. You said use the smallest ones? I would have to outline them in black. How about if I do this? 5 or 3? Yeah, I think I need to put black around them as well. Oh, I'm excited. Got 4 more cards ready for stuffing. Well, 3 more cards, and this one will be 4. Do you guys have stashes and stocks of stuff that you can just use to grab and go when you make your journals and cards and things? I sure find it helps. Metallic gold, maybe? Um, well, what if I put these down with the black? Because the black does seem to finish them off that little bit. And then instead of going around them when I edge them, instead of using a black marker, I could use a metallic, like copper or something, because that's what I've got. We've got copper and bronze. I actually detest metallic gold, but I have it, so I use it. Better? They start putting them down. Oh, look, my glue and black paint ran together. Why the heck did that happen? Oh, I'm just not having luck with glue today. So why don't I just take this glue stick? I have a glue stick here someplace. I was just using it the other day. Ugh. I have to do something about my desk, guys. My desk and okay, well, let's just because I opened this, I used that glue stick. I'm just going to take this other glue out and use this. It's still an Elmer's glue all. It's called Craft Bond. Nice. Well, I try and have a set up art space, but my word, it's a mess. It is a mess. So I'm going to take the big one and I'm going to put it down first, as close to the corner as possible. Then I'm going to put this medium-sized one on, overlapping that one over here. And this one will go up there. Then I'm going to take this big one and put it in the corner up here. Come on. You're supposed to be a better glue than the white glue all, Craft Bond. Do your thing. That up in that corner. I'm going to put these back in the bin. And this one. This one, this one. Like that. Like that. How's that? Now, should I outline them in black gel pen or should I use the metallic? I have iridescent rich copper, which I think would look lovely with this background. Or I have rich bronze, which also would look lovely with that background. I think I like the copper better. My little ink tray. this. There's this nib. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you go back in here. Come on, glue down. Glue yourselves down. Shake it up. I don't want to do that on screen. I'm shaking this up because I don't want anybody to get seasick. And I just need a couple of drops. Oh yeah, I'm happy with the copper. I like the outline of the metallic much more than I like the plain against the metallic flowers. I will hold it up and show you guys right away. So where it goes over the thread, what I'm doing is I'm doing it right on top of the flower. And what I will also do is I will come in with a pencil crayon and I will shadow. I don't know how well you can see it. Can you see it? These two are outlined in copper. Yep, I like it. So yes, as I say, where these flowers overlap each other, I will come in with a colored pencil crayon. I don't know what everybody calls them. We call them pencil crayons here in Canada. And I will do just a little bit of shadowing. This copper actually goes on so nicely. I may have to use that for some other things. All right. No, upside down. I don't know how well you can see the copper, but it does. It really, really looks sharp. Really looks sharp. So now I am going to take this dark pencil crayon. It is a Crayola Cerulean. And I am just going to do just a really light shadow along this line. And along here. And there. Just where they're overlapping, I'm just doing a little bit of shadow. I'll show you right away. So now it looks like there's a shadow that they're definitely one on top of each other. I will call this one done. Okay, Shaz, sweet dreams. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. Oh, I've been on for 2.5 hours almost. So, you know what? I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you very much for being here and watching. Please watch for Tuesday's Twisted Sisters Halloween special. Um, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I love making little finger puppet monsters. I like making little finger puppet anythings, but you know. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody watching in the balcony, the people who are chatting in here, and anybody who watches the replays. Thanks for watching. Take care, all, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye now. Bye, Sherry. Bye, Shaz. Talk to you soon.